Witchfire is now out on Steam, early access. If you don't know what this game is, it is an FPS, RPG, roguelike, Souls-like, made by a development team out of Warsaw, Poland, called the Astronauts. That is only a team of 8 developers that was formed in October 2012, and they're most notably known for The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which was released in 2014, and since then have been predominantly silenced because they have been working for 5 steady years on this game. They expect this game to be in development for the next 9 to 12 months in order to achieve the best balance and the most fun that they can have out of this game, with over 20 different challenges to complete. Currently has 6 different places that you can go, but only 3 of which are actually fully completed. And there is a small portion of the map that is like your hideout that's also doesn't count as a region, but it's not fully finished either, with 2 of them being at 75% finished, one of which is at 5%, and Witch Mountain is actually at 15% finished. The roadmap for this game is to, of course, finish the rest of this, and of course finish the rest of what's in the game, such as the bosses. They have at least 6 bosses, and only 3 currently sit in the game, with enemy types of at least 46 different types, with 39 currently in the game. There are a ton of different weapons already in the game, currently at 16, with a roadmap by the end of the year and throughout next year of having a total of 31, with magical items sitting at a grand total of 24, and only 19 of which being in the game, and spells are almost done. They want to add at least 5 more spells into the game because they currently sit at 15 out of 20. They plan to, in December, have a smaller experimental update, and early 2025 they want to have their big update for the largest map they have, and in mid 2025 they want to have another major update introducing the final region and excluding the Witch Mountain, and then in late 2025 final release and come out with the entire game. It's good to see the clarity out of the Astronauts, a development team of the only 8 people, and they're working on a very highly ambitious game, of course, and it's going to take them a long time in order to make the game that they truly envision with that small development team. And their biggest thing for making this game is having that player feedback, and that's what's taking them a long time as well, is because they want to have the most positive reviews they can in order to produce the best game they can. And so far we're seeing that. We're seeing a ton of positive reviews out of this game, and I think that's something to look forward to when the game fully comes out. And currently, as the recording of this video, this game is on sale right now, and really it doesn't even need to necessarily be on sale because it's already a pretty cheap game in the first place at $39.99, and they have no intentions of raising the prices, but with the sale of 10% off makes it $35.99. There are no current microtransactions in the game, and as of right now they're not intending to have any microtransactions in the game, which is actually really cool and notable to do. This is a single player game. Xbox controllers are supported on it, and with over 1,000 positive reviews, I think that's a very good sign for this game. And when you look at the negative reviews on Steam, there's just over 100 negative reviews, and all of which of those reviews, when I went through them, actually did not have very much playtime at all. And it just makes me wonder if they even gave the game a fair chance in the first place. They took a long time when making this game though too, because they didn't exactly know what concept to go with. They started off with a potential post-apocalyptic or science fiction survival simulator called Astro Project 2 before evolving into what we see it today. Biggest challenge that the Astronauts faced when creating this game was of course, their small development team in and of itself, but just all the system reworks that they had to do, the bug fixes, the flexibility and the adoption of what they were trying to do, mixing a ton of different genres into one. And then, of course, one of the ones that took the longest was actually balancing and having all of the RPG elements and different ranges and scaling of how hard everything could, what they could all do, how they would work within the game, and make sure that all of these different elements within the game between each character could actually coexist and be balanced, and one wouldn't outshine the other one. These very small, privately funded development teams are coming up with huge games, and they're taking their time, and it's proving to work. And one of the best reviews we see from Steam is actually that they have a fantastic FPS roguelite with incredibly solid combat. Even in its current state, there's more than enough to enjoy. Can't wait for more updates. Banger game in the best years in gaming we've seen in ages. Worth the asking price for sure, and they seem to have a good roadmap to improve it further. These are some of the best comments right there. And some negative comments right here is that, again, 0.3 hours of gameplay before they made this comment, and just seems like a generic grindy shooter. I don't know what I was expecting, but aside from things looking different, the gameplay is nothing new or nor interesting, and the AI is dumb. And another person says, I enjoy the gunplay, but the roguelite mechanics feel like they exist to just pad out the playtime. I read other reviews saying to give this game a chance, given it is some more playtime, and all I'm finding is more wasted time. I do not understand what other people are seeing in this game. And this is actually one comment where the person has 4 hours of gameplay, and maybe it's just not his type of game. The fact that this game has a good, strong community, Witchfire currently sits at an all-time peak of 3,731 players, has number 12 rank in top sellers, and has over 25,000 followers on Steam. The fact that this game has a good, strong community, not only on Steam, but on Reddit, the community is in the top 11% biggest communities on Reddit, currently sitting at over 4,000 members, which I'll have a link to their Reddit community in the description, as well as their Discord community to the astronauts, where you can get a first look into what the development team is talking about. And their Discord server currently sits at over 9,000 members. And again, I'll have a link to the astronauts Discord in the description down below. Tell me what you think about this game, if you've played it yet, and what you would like to see come into the game if you have played it, and if you have not played it, why is that?